Robin, Artisan and Crafts, and welcome to my new studio. This is technically my Whip It Wednesday video, where normally I would show you what projects I've been working on, but today I'm going to give you, let's just call it a scary little tour of this room. And I say it's scary because I've emptied all the boxes, I've emptied all of the main bins, and things are just kind of like right here. I just have this bin sitting here on the table. I could sew. Well, I think I know, I know where the foot pedal and the electrical cord is for my Juki, and I think the brother has it also. So I do have the room to sew, and I could probably find something to sew with, but I'm not quite ready to sew yet. But next week we'll get back into tutorials, and we'll get into the Whip It Wednesday. On Friday, I have a special video for you on Friday. I have some fabric I need to sort, so I thought I'd talk to you about the move, how the cats are doing, the shop updates, what I have planned, what I'm going to do with those scrap fabrics, and I don't know, just basic rambling. I'm not quite ready yet to do a live stream. I still have to figure out where the tripods are going to go and how everything is going to work like that. I need to test it all out. But today I thought I would just give you a quick little tour. It's a small room. We don't need to talk about a lot of it. This is my bedroom and my sewing space. And just to let you know, I have no problem with the size of this room. I have sewn in much smaller rooms. I've sewn in corners of living rooms, in a corner of my kid's bedroom. I've sewn at the end of a hallway as part of the kitchen. When we want to sew, we can find a place to sew, right? Remember, I didn't bring all of my fabric with me. I just brought mostly my scraps and a small little shelf full of yardage. And that's because first I didn't have the room for it. I could find room and make room, maybe keep it in tubs or something like that. But I wanted to challenge myself to get back to what I started this channel with, or phase 2 of this channel. I started it as a knitting channel, a Whip It Wednesday for knitting projects and crochet. But I want to get back to playing with the scraps. But I'm going to give you a quick little tour and just give you an idea of what's going on. So basically, I've just shoved things on the shelves. They're not where they're going to be. When, I'm sure many of you guys have experienced this, when you're in a new room or you're in a new kitchen or something, you have to work in that room. You have to see, where do I always reach for this? Or this should be next to this. Like, I have my clothes here. There's no need to have my clothes in one section when that would be easier to grab fabrics or something like that. So let me turn the camera around and just let you see what the room looks like. Before we do that, so we have both my sewing machines here on the table. This is actually a map of Zelda, because this used to be Robbie's video game, computer room, second bedroom, whatever. This is where he did his computer stuff and video games. I think I'm looking a little bright white and pale. I have a new light set up. I need to tweak that a little bit, so we'll see. But eventually I like to make something to put up there. I have an idea that, we'll see. I have several ideas, let's be realistic. So we'll end up putting up something fabricy there. And there's the bedroom door, so maybe it might need something, I don't know. There's only gonna be so many times that you see this viewpoint, mostly for like Whip It Wednesdays, because otherwise you're facing down at the table. And in reality, when you're facing down at the table, I could be on the moon and you wouldn't know it because you're only seeing the table. It always looks the same. It could be chaos everywhere else. Trust me, right now, there's chaos everywhere. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, just to give you a reference point, this is the door. This is the wall from here to here. So this angles in and this is straight. So I just thought, just to give you a reference, because I'm going to turn around and put my back there. So this is I shouldn't say the only door because there is a bathroom door, but this is the main door that I come in and out. I have my calendar hanging there. As you can see, nothing exciting. And here is just a quick spin around the room. Give you an idea of the basic. There's my bookshelves. I brought the carpet. This is an area rug that I brought from my old studio. And I think it's an 8x10 carpet. So there's a little extra. It's a little bit wider than 8 feet here. And the carpet goes almost to the wall. So let me show you what I have going on. I'm storing a lot of things underneath here right now, underneath the table. I will talk to you more about it on Friday, but that's what's underneath there. I have plastic bins that I've covered everything with towels just to make sure extra secure that there's not going to be any cat fur getting into anything. So when we're doing our tutorials and stuff, you're just going to be seeing this. So it's going to look about normal. I won't have, well, you don't usually see what's hanging up on my walls anyways, but you're used to seeing there's my little my pen thing and all of that. So I have my 2 sewing machines. I'll just rotate them back and forth. I normally put one on a bookshelf, but I don't have room. This is just random stuff. Again, it'll all get picked up soon. There's my chair. Now over here, I did bring the same desk that I was using for my pressing station. I'm sorry you're going to see that, but that's a litter box. It's clean, so we don't have to worry about it. So I have space underneath here to store because I don't sit here as a desk, and I also have space in the drawers. Now this drawer is where I've always kept bobbins and pins and stuff. You've heard my stories before on how I keep things away from the cats. My wool mat, I'm trying to keep it covered with stuff right now. I have my little placemat that I normally eat my lunch on, so I'll be spreading that out. But eventually we will make something to cover that so that the cats don't realize it's a wool mat because they love to claw at that with their nails. I've walked away before in my other studio and they've actually they pull little tufts up. It's not like damaging it, but if they do it over and over, it's going to be a problem. So when I said I brought my scraps, I did bring fat quarters and charm squares because I have projects for them. So I still have my tripods. They're all tucked over in the corner. This right here is something that I plan on making. But this was given to us by Rob's mother. And what it is it's hard to see, but it's a couch. And it's actually used to hold the door opener. It's a door stop. That's what they're called, Robin. So I want to make some of those, and you just have a brick in the bottom. And I've just been working on a couple of ideas because this was purchased at a craft fair, craft show, farmer's market type thing. I want to be able to mail them in my Etsy shop. So I have to tweak the pattern a little bit just to make sure that you guys would provide the brick and I would provide the couch. And then you could just add the brick, and that would save so much on shipping costs. Cats are in here, so of course we have to have water. Now, these are my rainbow scraps, so they're all sitting here. I need to work on this, again, work in progress. I have some yarn and some other scraps, the batting. I have my thread, and this was the only yardage that I brought. And I will add to it because I will need to keep buying background fabric and neutrals and stuff to keep my shoes up away from all 5 cats. I keep my batting scraps up there. I put my TV up there, and I did put a little, let me show you what I have here. There is a thing there that you latch onto the back of it. You clamp onto the back of the bookcase, and then you screw these straps into the back of the TV, and it keeps it up there so that when I bump into it, the TV doesn't fall down. Now, isn't that nice? So I have to keep my printing station here. So you guys are used to seeing like the shipping station. So right now it's all a mess. Here's my crumb curtain, guys. We're going to work on this a little bit together and make some projects for it. Remember, we're going to make fabric postcards. I think I'm mostly going to do that, but I might make some zipper pouches. I will go by how I feel when the time comes. I brought my books, my scrappy books. I showed you in one video my favorite books that I keep on the bookcase. So I brought that. And then we're just talking cat beds and cat towers and stuff like that. So here is the noisy clock that always goes tick, tick, tick. So I had to remove it. I don't know if I've shown you guys my Halloween quilt. So this is the quilt that I keep on the bed. I have these inexpensive Walmart, like $5 or $6 fleecy type blankets that I put over the bed, so when the cats lay on it, they're not getting their claws or the fur onto my quilt. This is just a twin size bed. I told you guys I downsized the twin. I'm going to eventually work up to a full or a double, depends on where you are and what you call it. But for now, this works perfectly. I love having a carpet in the bedroom, just an area rug. I don't need to have a full-on one. Now underneath the bed, I'm able to store some plastic bins that go underneath. Again, I cover them with towels just to keep the cat fur from sneaking into the little cracks. This one, I know it's not fully covered, but it's okay there because I have boxes and stuff on it, so we're safe. These are my studio lights, and then I have a couple of cat beds underneath there just so the cats have somewhere to hide. I did hang up my rulers, and I did have to, sorry about the bright light, but I did have to purchase a new light set. And for those of you that have light sets like this, I did not know it, and I should have checked Amazon first. This is called the Medusa light, and you can actually buy these shades. So mine were all brittle. Rob and I got ours like 20 years ago for like $15 at Target. Now Target's selling them for $50. But these shades right here, you probably have to be careful on which ones you buy and stuff to get the right size, but they are $17 on Amazon. So if you can get the right shades to match your lamp, you don't have to put your lamp out to the road and let people pick it up. You can just replace it with lamp shades. Now this one actually came with the rainbow lamp shades too, so I could switch it out if I want something different, but I just needed a lot of bright light in here. There's no window or anything like that, so I needed to have full bright light to be able to do the video. So when I bring in the studio lights, it will also brighten this all up and we should be okay. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and come back on Friday and we will do a quick rundown of how the move went and how everyone went. I get a lot of questions about how the cats are doing, how I'm doing. Just as a little sneak peek or a little, just to give you a little something about that, I am bruised from head to toe. I have managed to bump into everything, but bruises heal over time, so that's fine. And then starting next week on the WiP It Wednesday, and we're so far off on the lives, I'm not sure if we'll go live at all in June. We'll restart back up in July and get back on track for everything. So starting on Sunday, my patrons, you guys will have your normal Patreon video, and next week's WiP It Wednesday, and then a tutorial on Friday. I'm going to have to figure out which one that is, but we'll find something good to do together. So thanks so much for your patience and for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.